Never
been a
sucker,
aura.
lame, you can trust that.
See me
in the
club,
shaking,
ass,
I'ma bust that. Bust that.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Jeremy and Trang's Tentacular Podcast. As you guys can see, it's a little different this week because I've read your feedbacks and you guys wanted more of me and less Jeremy. And that's what I'm gonna give you this week. If you guys do miss Jeremy, I'm sure if you are subscribed to our channel, which you guys should, he's been uploading YouTube shorts and, just getting more attention, I guess. So, just give him a thumbs up, help him feed his kids, and just support him there. But getting back to me, I guess we could start with you guys knowing more about me, and everything I've done on Twitter is just basically just yapping about the NFL, the MLB, and NBA, and we can talk about that. Or we can also talk about, Jeremy and things I know about him over the years. Like this one time I saw,
Hey,
oh
are
shit.
you talking about me?
Not
What are
really.
you doing?
I'm just trying to do the intro for the show. It's been a week or so and we haven't done a show, so I'm just doing what the masses want.
Oh, you're just doing the intro, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that. Please continue.
Well, I mean, I had to say something because they kind of wanted more of me than you. And then my parents found out that I'm doing a show with a pimp lord on Mother's Day, so I have to show my parents that I'm actually serious about this.
Worst Mother's Day present ever.
I'm sure I'm making them proud somehow, right?
Hopefully it didn't ruin the entire day.
Yeah, well, there were a lot of questions. But anyways, welcome to the show. Or our show, actually.
My dad has a coworker who came up to him and was like, "Is this your kid, like dancing on this podcast?" He's like, "No, but it actually was."
Oh, you're an embarrassment too, I see.
Oh, well, what else is new?
Okay, well, anyway, how's life?
It's great. We're back. We're doing our show. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Yeah, not a whole lot is new. It's heating up in Southern California. It's warm outside,
Yeah.
so we're trying to stay cool. We can't say the same for our San Diego Padres, unfortunately. The opposite of hot are
Yeah.
those guys, but we can get into that in a little bit. Trang, how are you?
Doing pretty good, just the usual, just watching the NBA's Eastern Western Conference Finals, and tonight, obviously, we're recording this on a Wednesday, so rooting for the
Yes.
Knicks later. But yeah,
How exciting.
besides that,
What about the
it's,
North and South Conference? You ever think about that?
yeah, but I feel like
That's like
that
the
doesn't
Civil
work.
War.
Yeah,
They already decided that one.
yeah, I think you're trying to start something that we shouldn't.
Yeah. Anyway, well that is also exciting. Who are you rooting for?
East, definitely the Knicks. West, I don't care. West, I definitely don't care. I just want a good game. And it was a good game yesterday, kind of, until OKC just took over the second half. They're just dangerous.
Are you pro or anti Tyrese Halibut?
Tyrese Halibut.
Is that not him?
I don't know. You just named a fish.
Oh, Halle Berry, Halle Burton.
Halle Berry, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he good?
Good thing I'm the one to talk NBA, right? But yeah, he's good. He's just interesting. Like he can just show up and just keep clutch whenever he wants. He's not. I don't think can't say he's very consistent, but when it counts, he will show up. Obviously people love him, but I'm more of a Knicks girl right now.
Interesting. Well, I hope whoever you want to win ends up winning, and I hope whatever happens makes you happy.
Thank you. That's the nicest thing you ever said to me.
Well, hey, we're growing as people. We're growing as co-hosts. You're kind of becoming the host now, so I feel like I have to be nicer to you.
I mean, I have to. I mean, people are wanting more of me than you, so that says
That's
something.
very true.
No. But
Everyone
I'm glad
is
you're here
meaning
today.
every time I tweet, every time I post, every time I edit for hours the videos we make, and then I post it. Every time people are mean to me, hurts my feelings every time. But I truck on through because I'm passionate, I'm creative, and I'm not going to let the opinion of others stifle me from what I want to do.
That's right. Say that shit, Jeremy. And
Yeah.
I'll back you up for it if you're still nice to me.
That's what co-hosts do. We get each other's back.
Yeah.
But hey, what I was going to ask you, you were saying you're excited for basketball tonight. And anything else? What else has been going on?
Nothing really, just watching our Padres, I guess, or
Cool.
trying to lock in. And I feel like the last time it was just so much exciting is that they scored 3 touchdowns against the Colorado Rockies. And that was it. I don't remember
Nobody's gonna
anything else
believe
after
this,
that.
but like when that happened, those 21 runs, like there was something in me that, and I kind of saying this as a joke, like I was just messing around, like, oh, you don't want to score too many runs in one game. Save runs for the next game. That's kind of a silly trope within the
Yeah,
baseball world. Save some hits for tomorrow, whatever. Um, but there was something in the back of my mind, like I feel like big games like this, offensive explosions, are always like the precursor to like big time slumps. Especially in Coors, especially in going from Coors to Petco. I feel like that's the worst combo for the bats because you've got the best hitting environment in the league in Coors Field going to one of the worst in
yeah.
Petco. And it's like everyone's hitting, sun's shining brighter, the sky is bluer, everything is just peaches and cream. And then you get back to Petco and it's like it's just things don't click like they did there, and then it kind of snowballs. And yeah, the vibes this last week or so have been the worst they've been all season. So not great, not great. Yeah, what are your main takeaways so far?
No, I think the same. Like you're right. Like we've seen it so many times in baseball too. When a team just goes explosive, like
Mm,
21 runs. We've seen. I think this is the Dodgers scored 19-1 against I forgot who it was, and they snowballed into losing against
yeah,
the Angels and stuff too. So we were in the same position basically, and um, it just doesn't work like that. And I also know that when teams go to Colorado, like I know our team for years, even I think our broadcasters have said this too, that when they go to Colorado, the atmosphere is different. Their body just like changes. They get sick. And I think we've seen Merrill get sick. I think Tatis was like, I
yeah,
feel like he was stuffy for a while. Our manager was like that too. And I think everything just snowballed into our bullpen just crashing now too. And even our starters were just
yeah,
not as they are. And individual bats are just not making it work either. And I don't know. We don't, and we're also missing a left fielder basically too. So our team is
exactly.
just, yeah,
One thing that I thought was interesting is, you know, they had that big game, and I think the next series was against the Angels at home. I think they lose the first game, because they
badly.
lost the last game of the Rocky series, and then they lose
Yeah.
the first game of the Angel series, and then they have like this awesome walk off win with the Tatis homer
Hmm.
moment when super viral was everywhere on like social media. And I made a comment. It was interesting. And this has been true for years. It's just like how momentum is so not a thing in baseball, probably sports specifically. Everything changes on a day-to-day basis, on a week-to-week basis. But to have such an electric moment, and it just, as a fan, you feel like, oh, how can this team lose when we can do stuff like that?
Yeah.
Um, and it's to to have such an insane, exciting moment, and then the next day get shut out or score 1 or 2 runs. It's just crazy how often that happens. It's just the excitement just cannot seem to carry over from one day to the next. So I wish it would. I wish it would.
Yeah, I wish it would too, because I feel like the next day after that T's homer, I mean,
I
we
think we
weren't,
won that game, right?
yeah, we won that game.
Yeah.
We won that game. But I think we're just still not capitalizing with runners in scoring position either. Yeah, we're out hitting teams or damn near close to hitting whatever
Yeah.
amount they are by 1 or 2, and we're still not getting home. And I remember just like seeing the top of the order, right? I remember it was like the next game or the next series or so. Bases were loaded. We have top of the order with what Tatis and Machado and Merrill and all of them. Like no, it's like one out, and they all swung and missed, and it's just like, what is going on with this team right
Yeah.
now?
And like you said, I think that is what's so frustrating is the guys like Merrill who were so automatic for most of the season. They're just not coming through like they used to. And, Tatis is still producing, but just not in the way that I guess he was in the beginning of the year. And Machado can be kind of on and off. But I think what's interesting is the bottom of the lineup is such a target for these lesser hitters. the pitchers are going to target the bottom of the lineup. And if you can pitch around
Jeremy,
the 6 and 7
Jeremy,
hitters, mhm.
Jeremy, oh my God. Oh my God, Jeremy? Jeremy, are you okay? Oh my fucking God. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. What's going on? Oh,
Who are you? I know who you are. I already banished you to the Hundred Acre Wood once before, and I'll send you back there from whence you came. Trank, stay back. Stay back.
okay, okay. What just happened? Uh, are you okay? Is
No, that
Tigger
just
okay?
that happens sometimes. So, but 8 and 9 in the lineup. 8 and 9 in the lineup. Just a total black hole, total target for opposing pitchers. It's just, I get that, guys like Maldonado and Hayward might bring defensive value or clubhouse camaraderie value, but uh, it's just when their like offensive production is so abysmal, it's going to kill rallies, especially when there's two of them in there. It's just it is what I think what makes it especially frustrating is knowing and feeling like there are other options within the system, and they're choosing not to go with those, develop those options, and you turn them into something potentially useful, and are instead relying solely on these decrepit, aging veterans who are only here because of their presence. It's certainly not because of their production. So.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I mean, we had given like Oscar Gonzalez a chance, and obviously he's shipped off now.
Yeah.
And obviously we've been vouching for Luis Robert Jr., which would be great, but who knows what the White Sox is going to do.
Yeah.
I feel like we can fix him though. But going back to what you're saying, there's people, in the system that could bring up that I guess this is maybe not the perfect moment, but for you to have the floor and vouch for Campy. So go ahead, Jeremy, take it away.
Thank you, Trey. Everyone knows El Paso is a hitter's paradise. The most hitter-friendly environment you could ever ask for. Everyone hits there, loves to hit there. Pitchers hate pitching there. Hearing all those things, you kind of get in your head like, oh, everyone must be this amazing hitter. Everyone must be doing really well there. That's not the case. Luis Campusano, Padres' 26-year-old catcher, is leading the Pacific Coast League in OPS. Okay, he is not only leading the PCL in OPS. He's the only player on his team with an OPS over 1,000, and not only that, he's the only player with an OPS over like 880. So it's not even like there's a couple guys that are right next to him that are also doing really well. He's separated himself as being the best hitter on that team and potentially the best hitter in that league, generally speaking. Now, does he have defensive deficiencies? Sure. But, so do Maldonado, so do Elias Diaz. To his credit, Diaz has actually been very solid this year. It's hard to have too many complaints about his production. He's been totally fine. But guys like Maldonado and Diaz, there's just not much of an upside. The ceiling is not much higher than the floor. And I just think I gotta believe that last year was Campy's floor. He was pretty bad. He was not very productive. But if that's his floor, he still hit like 222, which is significantly higher than Maldonado. Maldonado has been Dylan Cease's catcher this year. and Cease has a 4.5 ERA. So he's obviously not helping Cease be his best self. Cease threw a no-hitter with Campusano catching last year. So he obviously wasn't hindering his performance too bad. In the playoffs, when Cease switched to Higashioka, he struggled. He got lit up twice, possibly cost us, a ring. Maybe not, but things were working seemingly fairly well with Campusano behind the plate with Cease, and they switched things up, and things all of a sudden don't go so well. For a team that's struggling currently to score runs, to hit home runs, you have a player with over 1,000 OPS in the PCL. I get it's the PCL, unless the team and coaching staff just hates him. I mean, maybe they do, but even if they do, it's something that's worth taking another chance at. Giving him the opportunity to find what made him so successful in 2023. And I don't think that's a crazy ask, especially when your other option is Maldonado, who's negative .3 in WAR, 50 WRC plus, just a total non-factor when it comes to winning baseball games. So I hope he hasn't played his last game, because I really think that he can be of use to us, especially considering the fact that the Golden Goose prospect, Ethan Salas, has yet to impress offensively at all. He's still very young. He's still got a lot of developing he needs to do. But people are touting him as the catcher of the future, but he's not hitting in Double-A yet. So,
and he's hurt.
And he's hurt with a back injury.
Yeah.
So I don't know how well you can project him to be this savior when he's having all these issues. So I just think, I mean, if you let Campusano go, what if Salas doesn't develop? This has to be Maldonado's last year. Diaz is 35 or so. He's not going to be getting any better into his late 30s. So I don't know. I feel like you kind of have to find a way to make it work with him. And I don't think it's helping him or the team being down there. I think we've seen him be successful. And I think they just got to roll with him. I think it's time. How's that? Did that convince you?
A little, but also there must be a reason why they've given him so many years of opportunities, and he hasn't developed the way they want him to, right? And we've seen it. And I feel like this year should have been his year, right? With Higgy gone, him stepping up. But them bringing in Maldonado says a lot, in my opinion. Yeah. I don't think it's like a vet clubhouse thing, because that's what they were getting out of Hayward. A clubhouse guy. They already set on clubhouse guys as the Wade thing, the Hayward, that thing. So, yeah, I feel like this might be the season that might move Campy.
Right.
It's possible, but I do see what you're saying. Right now, it looks like we are desperate for somebody else over Maldonado, for sure.
Yeah, and they could definitely upgrade a catcher at the MLB level. They could trade for another catcher, or you got a surprise for me. Oh my goodness!
Oh my gosh, Sailor!
Look at that.
What's the name?
Who is this? Sorry. So we might need to move on. We might need to find another catcher at the MLB level. It is what it is. I still think he can be at least serviceable. But we'll see. I can't believe whoever gave him that advice to have that batting stance last year should be thrown in jail. That was terrible. That was not good.
Yeah, I don't know what the adjustment was.
Totally screwed him up. So hopefully by at least the All-Star break, they'll bring him back if they can't feel like they can upgrade significantly at the catching position and let Maldonado go. I just, the upside, I don't see it there. If he gets called up again, up, this is going to be me. This is going to be me.
Is this even appropriate for our show?
That will be me, though.
Okay, him slumping. So how do you feel about that? Or what's your thoughts on that?
He's so young. He's going to have his ups and downs. Of all the people to worry about in the lineup, he's not really one of them. Mm-hmm. I feel like he started slumping right after that big game he had. Was it against the Angels? Where he had a couple diving catches, and he just had this awesome game. There's been slumping since then.
And we lost that game.
Yeah. But he in that game he was creamy. He was like so creamy in that game.
Wait,
And
he's what?
he was what?
Wait, no, he's what?
He was creamy. He was being
Like,
a cream boy in the game, and he was swinging and he was being super creamy.
wait, Jeremy, I don't think
Yeah.
that's a real word. Like, I don't think people use that.
Oh, it's like a slang term like the kids are using these days. You probably wouldn't get it, but it's like it means like good or he's being awesome. He has swag. He's creamy. He's a cream boy.
I Are you sure that's what it means, Jeremy? Because
I
I
might have to
don't,
I might have to look that up to make
I
sure
don't
that's
think
real.
that's what it
There may be a
means.
prank being pulled on me, but
Yeah, I don't think that's right or appropriate, but maybe you should double check that
we're
before.
we're turning up the age rating on this episode.
Okay. So you really think, you really are sure that creamy is the
I'm
word?
pretty sure it sounds right. It sounds like something that would make sense. Like, yeah, he's awesome. He's really creamy. Like, how does that not? It just kind of rolls off the tongue to me.
Because I can't be seeing myself be like, oh, that guy is so creamy. Jeremy, like I met this guy and he was so creamy. Like that does not work for
Uh,
me.
it
And it
makes
can
me
mean
feel like
something else. And it can
he's
mean
like
something else.
it's like he's like a butterscotch flavored or something. Oh boy. Anyway,
Okay,
uh,
let's switch gears here.
let's move on.
Since we have been totally struggling, this is recorded on Wednesday before the game. Obviously, all we want to do is, um, well, watch. Of course, all we want is to actually hit and get on base today, capitalize with running to scoring position, most importantly, and can we just finally win? Like, I don't know what else to ask for now. But
Yeah, that I think that's the kind of like the trademark of a Mike Schilt team. Hopefully, is he's going to find ways to snap us out of slumps. Hopefully, change things up, either player personnel wise at some point, or just with the vibes. He's been in baseball for so long that he's got to have a way to switch things up, get the vibes different. Which is what I think we need because guys like Tatis, especially, who plays with so much emotion and exhibits so much emotion. When he's riding high, everyone's feeling good. It's
mhm.
it's it's all roses and rainbows. But when he's bummed out or sad, man, he really knows how to drag the place down with him. So yeah, they got to get a big homer, string a couple hits together. Um, and just yeah, luckily this slump is happening before the Dodgers series, which is early next month, just a couple weeks.
Yeah, just a couple
Um,
weeks.
that's gonna be crazy, man. I hope they're like within a game or a half game of each other when that series starts. That's gonna be and with all the like the record-breaking crowds we've had at Petco this year. I definitely feel like one of those games is gonna, I mean, 47,000 probably easily.
Yeah,
Um,
easily.
yeah, so we just
Would be.
we just got to find a way to kick the vibes up a notch. We got to get hyped. We got to hype ourselves up. Okay, we got to get hyped. Come on, hype me up, hype me up. Come on, Trey, hype me up,
And
hype me up,
now I'm thinking, whoa.
hype me up. Come on, Trey, hype me up, please.
I can only do so much.
Trey, please hype me up.
I can't anymore.
Okay, well, jeez. I guess I just gotta hype myself up. Good Lord.
Okay. Oh, 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 you're really thirsty there, aren't you?
I take creatine, so it's important to stay hydrated.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think this. What do you think? Does this wrap up our episode this week? Trangy,
I think I'll,
trangy wangy.
yes, Pimp. I think it is. There's really not much to say. Nothing quite exciting except for all these negative comments we're capable of
Yeah.
making.
Well, I think everyone's just in a bad mood because the Padres are slumping a little bit. I feel like everyone is nicer when the team plays better. I know I certainly
Yeah,
am.
I know. So we'll see how this series goes. And then I think we're going to Atlanta next.
Yeah, they've definitely been better, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
they
They're still
have.
not. Hopefully, we can sweep them like earlier this year, but we shall see.
All right.
All right.
Well,
So next time, Trangy Wingy. Uh,
don't call me that, please.
okay. Well, until next time, thanks so much for tuning in, everyone. Appreciate the support. Trang, do you want to say goodbye to our fans?
Bye, guys. Thanks for wanting to see more of me and less Jeremy.
Okay. Okay, bye.
What's that? What's that?
Bust that.